Hi guys, DaveMadMax 6. We're back at the Mega with my good friend Chris. Chris, how are you, man?
Doing well, man. How about you?
We got a guest today. I'm great. This is Anthony, and tell me a little bit about Anthony. We actually spoke about him before on the previous show.
Yeah, we showed some pictures of when he was getting ready for the NorCal and then the Reno.
Yep. And he kicked butt.
Yeah, NorCal was his first show ever, and he got the overall in bodybuilding and the overall novice bodybuilding, both. And then again, he went to Reno 2 weeks later and got the overall there.
Cleaned out.
Yeah, cleaned it out.
And Anthony, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Chris has been talking about you for a while, actually. Posted some progress picture. Was very proud of you. Just kept talking so highly of you, and of course, was so excited when you won. And you were supposed to come. We tried to shoot a little bit earlier. Is what happened, and the schedule didn't work out. So we got you today. You stayed in shape for this. Chris says that'll be incentive for him to stay in shape if we shoot. So what are we training guys today?
We're doing some back.
Back today. All right.
We're focused on some thickness. You know, he's young in his bodybuilding career, and often he's got insane legs. He's got great balance and good genetics.
Yeah.
But thickness is always later to come in the career. So we're going to really work on making that back pop.
Nice. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh
26.
man, I wish I was 26. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, so we're gonna go hit some back, and then we'll wrap a little bit afterwards and talk a little. Chris, you have an update on the show? We're right around the corner from the Tahoe,
away, yeah.
all that stuff. So we'll wrap a little bit after the back workout, and let's get in there.
Sounds good. This is a unique version of the fly. Normally we'd use this to hit rear delts in this position, but we're actually going to be aiming for the rhomboids. And the real change is the seat is a little bit higher, and the reason for that is you go from this position to this position, which moves the leverage down in your back, and then the arms are going to be bent, which moves the leverage from the rear delt to the inside of the back where the rhomboids are. I'll guide you through a few different movements to dial it in. You'll see a little bit of tweaks that really help the rhomboid and trap engage. Let's do it. Waist on, again, the seat's a little bit higher. Elbows are going to be bent. That's the big difference. If his arms are straight, it's going to hit here. But if the arms are bent, we're going to hit here. Now he's lifting up his chin. And as soon as you lift the chin, the trap engage is high. If you drop the chin, that's completely lost. And you can see his traps are coming up into it. And he's nice and hard right there. Doesn't take much weight, so you can make sure you have that mind-muscle connection that we always talk about.
Nice. How's that? Good?
All right, this one is it's a rope pull down. You've probably seen it before. I like this one. It's going to hit the outside of the lats, so it's going to get a little bit of width out of this. It's also going to kind of sharpen the outer lats a little bit. Imagine I'm sculpting some lines into the outer lats. I always give credit where credit's due. Chris Cormier first showed me this one. And it really helped widen my back and get that nice round shape in the upper lats. So let's have that again. He's going to start taking a step back. The chest is pushed forward. And notice the bent elbows. It's key in this. Come on down. He's driving his hands back as far as the range of motion will allow him. If he can get an extra ½ inch in there, that's going to mean that muscle's going to pop just a little bit more, and it's going to be rounded. One thing I'm known for is rounded muscles, and it's because of these very full, contracted ranges of motion.
Like a row, kind of like a row with the same. Yeah.
And again, we're all here. We're creating a little split in here, too.
Yeah. It looks hard. Is it hard?
Yeah,
all right.
Okay, so this one is similar to a partial deadlift. He's going to come up, but where the change happens is the shoulders are forward at the top of the lift, and then he's going to squeeze them together. And what that does is it takes all the muscles between the shoulders, contracts them, and pulls the shoulders together. So what we end up with is really working some areas that not a lot of people get, that area between the two rear delts. Let's give it a shot. So you see, it starts with a nice stretch. So the traps are engaged, but it comes up and then squeezes the shoulders together. So it's boom and boom.
And rolls it back.
And then bring them together. Yep. And you can see what's happening right here is doing that action. Good. Come on. Squeeze them hard. These start to burn. They look little, but they start to burn. Come on, brother. Let's go. Give me 5 more. Good. 3 left. Come on. Push it. Squeeze. Same ones like the last one. Come on. Good. Yeah. Nice work. So over here we're doing a bent over row. The idea of the way we're going to do this is to really bring out the Christmas tree. So we're trying to engage the lower end of the lat. That's going to get that Christmas tree, that real 3D look. Let's do it. Now what he's going to do is he's going to start by letting his shoulders hang, and then he passes the leverage into the rear delts and down into the lat. And you see it's actually cutting out right here to bring that lower lat in to make that Christmas tree really pop. You're really trying to take the pressure off the bicep, starting here in the shoulder and pulling down. See, again, we don't need much weight because he's really focused on flexing that little portion of his back. And that's how you get detail back there. All right, so we're going to finish up with a somewhat unique pull down. It's not in every gym. It's new here at Gold's Gym. It's a really great piece. But it is more or less a pull down, but very ergonomic. You're going to see his body moves up as he pulls the weight down. And this is really going to hit right across here. We're going to hit the middle and outer lat. Again, he's going to be really focusing on the mind muscle. Like we were doing over there, where we started by engaging the shoulder first, and then pass it from the shoulder into the lats, and demonstrate for us.
Okay, those hoist machines are really cool.
Yeah. Good. Pull down with the shoulders first. There we go. Now he's really engaging in this area. Again, the whole goal of this workout is three-dimensional back. All this stuff is going to make the pop all over. When he leans out, we have road mats. Let's go. Keep it moving. Yeah. 5 more. Let's crush it. Come on. Here we go. 3 left. Yeah. He'd always done that. I tell him 5 more, he does 6 more. This is how he rolls. And Luke Rigno has a story like that. He's always doing 11. And Samir goes up to him one day. He's like, "I've been counting. You've been doing 11 this whole time." And he's like, "Why are you doing 11?" And Luke goes, "Well, I know everybody else is doing 10.
So I do one more. All right, we're gonna go talk for a minute. Anthony, great to have you here, man. You say you're gonna come back more often, so we're gonna get to see you.
Absolutely.
And then we'll talk about the future plan. And Chris, we need to catch up about everything that's going on with you also, so let's go chat. All right, guys, so we just wrapped up a little back workout with Anthony and Chris. So, Anthony, you had a hell of a year. First time competing, 2 shows, you won the overall both. Tell me what's next for you.
What's next? Me and Chris are going to train for the next year for Miami, the Nationals in Miami. That'll
2016 Nationals.
2016 in November. I believe
so you get
November
like
22nd.
You like 16 months or
yeah. A full year of just size. So what the goal is we want to get to 225 show ready. So I got quite a bit of tissue to grow.
You competed as a light heavy.
Light heavy, correct.
You won your class and you overall, so now you want to go a full size above at the edge of the heavyweight. Okay.
The goal is I did 2 overalls in 2 weeks. The goal is to make 3 overalls. So I plan to take the overall nationals. I'm not stopping until I do. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Big goal.
Talk to me about Chris, because I know that Chris is now living here from Tahoe, and was living in Tahoe, whatever. He's from Vermont actually. But he doesn't take on a lot of people, and I know that you must be special because he doesn't help a lot of people. So tell me how you guys got together and start working together.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Chris. Chris is stubborn, and no one, he doesn't want to work with anybody, and this has been this way since I met him. I've talked to him about it before. He's blown me off. He's called me everything under the books: fat, disproportionate. I wouldn't think about competing for another year. You know, just straight up telling me, buddy, it's all about conditioning, not size. You need to calm down. You know, over and over and over. And he's just turned me down nonstop. And finally, I just said, man, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance, and I'll prove to you that I can do this. I said, you know, I'll eat crap off a curb if that's what it takes. And at first he chuckled like that, and then he saw it was real, and that's really where it started, you know. In the first few months, I mean, I still got limited time with him until one day I sent him a progress photo, and it just turned his head, you know. He couldn't believe it, and it was all based off of what he told me to do, you know. So his knowledge and my work ethic we put together, and it took me to do something that it's a 1 in a million that happens, you know. I don't know many bodybuilders who have done that, and it's not luck, it's hard work, and I busted my ass for this, and if I wouldn't have had him to help me with it, I wouldn't have made it, you know. So.
Chris, talk to me, tell me pretty much about anything what you told me before. And I remember when you posted those pictures shortly before a show, actually, those product pictures, I think a lot of people were like, whoa, who's this kid? You know, crazy quads and all that stuff, and great symmetry, small waist. And you were very excited at that point about Anthony, and we already back then started talking about shooting him. Mm-hmm. So tell me, you know, what impressed you the most about Anthony?
With so many amateur bodybuilders, I was skeptical. Everybody wants to be Mr. Olympia, and once they find out how hard the work is, you know, they barely last a week. And so if anybody approaches me and I do give them the time of day, I really make them prove themselves. And he did, you know, and he was making all the same mistakes we all did when we started. He was lifting way too heavy, wasn't focused on form, wasn't focused on contracting the muscle, missed the mind-muscle connection completely. So he had a very disproportional physique, insane legs, because he's got these genetically insane legs. He squat like what, 500 for?
I squat 405 for 20 reps.
Wow.
So typically what I go for to try to build the sweep. So
yeah.
But we took a look. Yeah, obviously that was where the strengths, but his outer sweep was way overpowering the inside of his legs. So I had him push the toes way out, more sumo style, and that brought up the teardrop, the inside of the leg, started balancing that out. Now the next step is to really get his upper body to match the insane legs.
Gotcha. So Anthony, tell me which show you competed in one.
I did 2 shows in 2 weeks. So I did the NorCal,
okay.
and then that was in Sacramento. That was May 30th, and then July, I believe it was 12th, I did the Mr. Nevada, and that was in Reno, Nevada.
Wow.
And so I went to both and took first in my class and then overall.
So Chris was actually going back to Tahoe once a month, you know, because he still had a hotel over there and he was working there. So you guys were able to hook up at least once a month to train?
A couple times, yeah. There were times where he was busy, and you know, but he told me what to do and I did it. So, but for the most part, yeah, whenever he had a chance, we met up.
So now he's not going to go to Tahoe as often, so now you're going to have to come down here.
Well, the plan is this year, you know, him and I have a lot of plans this year, and I'd like to come down once a month. That's the goal. The drive, I don't care how far I have to drive. This is what I want. This is what I love, you know. This is what I live for.
Tell me what you did 2 weeks before the show.
2 weeks before the show, I drove down to see Chris, came down here, trained legs, and then drove back. It was a 22-hour drive. I didn't know which lane was which when I got home.
That's dedication, man. It sounds like Corby when you used to drive from Palm Springs just for, you know, an hour posing session and go right back home. He said he'd do it with a smile on his face. Yeah.
It's the Mecca, and you know, when I moved to Tahoe for the last 5 years, I was still here every probably 1 to 2 months. And it keeps you fire in your belly. There's no gym like this. You know, we're surrounded by greats. We get to kick it with Jay yesterday. We see Cormier all the time. We see, you know,
that's awesome.
Charles, and having that all around us is it's just inspiring. You know?
It's motivation in the bottle.
Oh yeah, I'm just living the dream. I love it.
Right. Yeah. Anthony, thank you so much for driving today. You drove for this, actually. You came in at 1:30 in the morning, Chris, last night, just for the shoot. It was great to shoot you. I'm glad we got to do it. But this is just the first of many, right, Chris?
Yeah, you know, I think this is his preview, and you saw it here. You saw him here first, and you're going to see a lot more of him in the coming years.
So exciting! Good luck with everything, Anthony. And we'll be following you until the national next year.
Absolutely, thank you,
Chris. Hold on, I was about to wrap it up there. How many weeks are we? How many days should I say from the Tahoe show?
We are 3 weeks from the Tahoe show. It's August 22nd in State Line, Nevada, at Mont Bleu Casino.
Nice.
We are. Let's see, 4 weeks from the show, I had 180 athletes registered, not including pros or crossovers. And last year at the same time, we had 105 registered.
Wow.
So we're looking at well over 300 athletes, say amateur athletes. And then we have IPB Pro Figure.
Yep.
And, you know, I've been touring the circuit with Boyana, my girlfriend, who's an IPB Pro Figure. And it sounds like most of those girls are planning on going to Tahoe as well.
Wow, that's awesome. So obviously it's going to be a big success, as it usually is with your shows. And then talk to me about the Ferrigno. That's also, we just saw you posted, you and Lou Senior just posted some pictures of the overall trophies for Ferrigno, and it's sick. I know people would compete just to get that trophy. Yeah. Talk to me about what's going on with the Ferrigno.
It's been, well, we posted some progress pictures of the trophy on Lou's page the other day.
How cool.
Last I checked, it had 25,000 likes. People want to know how to buy this thing, but you can't. You can only win the overall of the Ferrigno. Yeah. To describe it, it's basically, it's about this tall and a perfect replica of a scene from the 1989 Hulk Returns movie, where he's just in this position, very Hulk, and the artist, the sculptor, is amazing. Every detail, from every hair, every striation, every vein is going to be there.
It's handmade. Every one of them is handmade.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
And we actually located a 40-year-old Ferrigno plate, a 50-pound plate. I found it on eBay. I had that shipped to the sculptor, and he's casting that now. So that's going to be the base of this thing, and then each one's going to be hand signed by Lou Ferrigno himself.
Wow. So, I mean, that's awesome. The trophy, the venue, all that stuff, it's all coming along great, and everything is good?
Yep. August 20th, November 20th and 21st up in Palm Springs at Agua Caliente.
Wow.
Tons of information at FerrignoLegacy.com. You can buy tickets, register there. But every year we step it up. Tahoe, we added a bunch of stuff. Chris Dim is doing a seminar. We're doing a fitness fashion red carpet photo shoot before the after party. We're famous for our after party, so all the girls, guys are going to be sexy and buff for the after party.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you just got to go. Check out the websites.
I know you can't really explain it. You kind of have to go.
Yeah. You know, the best way to explain it is even if you get last place, it feels like you won.
That's awesome, dude. Well, Chris, thank you. Always great to talk to you. Anthony, good luck with everything, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right, thanks, man.
Wow. Is this the worst they ever get? Like this is like as fat.
I'm actually a little disappointed on these.
Really?
Wow. Nice. Yeah, it's like you're sitting in the car for 8 hours.
Yep.
Nice. He stayed in pretty good shape, huh?
Yeah.
Chris, yeah, that's good. Very nice.
Fat.
Yeah, you can't get fat till we shoot.
Said, don't you dare come down with fat.
He was gonna go eat now.
I won't.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.